Hi, it's Dave here and welcome to Lick of the Week. This week's lick is a nice melodic E minor lick which, if played properly, can almost sound a little bit like it's on a fretless. The lick is... I remember seeing Michael Manring play years ago and noticed that, unlike me when I played fretless at the time, he wasn't sliding into every note. He'd actually found other articulations that almost sounded like a slide but gave a very slightly different attack, and it kept him from having that sort of fretless thing that, you know, the rest of us do way too much of. So I immediately took this and thought, I wonder, could I make more fluid sounding phrases on my fretted bass using the same idea? And the main idea behind this was hammering on with fingers 1, 2 and 3. So we'll get to it when we're in the middle of the lick. We start with our first finger on the 9th fret of the A string and hammer on to the 10th fret with our second finger. We then pluck the 9th and 12th frets of the D string, fingers 1 and 4. So the first part of the lick, dead easy. Hammer on, 2 plucks. Now here's where it gets a little bit trickier. We put our first finger on the 9th fret, we're going to pluck and immediately hammer on fingers 1, 2, 3 on frets 9, 10, 11. And you want to make this a real, like a sweep heading up into the notes, not boo-doo-dee or boo-da-dee or boo-da. It wants to be really smooth and fluid. When I get up to that note, I'm inclined to just add a little bit of vibrato to help the notes sing out. And then the hardest part of it all, I'm going to pull off fingers 3, 2 and 1. And then slide down with that first finger to the 7th fret. And then finally pluck the 9th fret. And again, give her a bit of a shake, a little bit of vibrato to add expression. So the whole thing slowed down is... a little bit faster, a little bit more smooth. And you can play with the rhythms with it. It's quite an expressive phrase, so it's the sort of thing that someone plays an E minor chord. Be careful, if you pluck very far back, it can make it sound too punchy and pronounced. Whereas if I pluck a little bit more towards the neck, it makes sort of a rounder attack and a little bit less obvious. I'm mostly on back pickup here to try and bring out that slightly nasal quality, but plucking over the neck to smooth the whole thing and help it sound a little bit more fretless. I hope you've enjoyed this week's lick. Practice hard with it and make sure to check out DaveBassLessons.com, where I have millions of videos all about the bass. Have a good one and I'll see you next week.